In this comprehensive video, we'll explore the fascinating world of Rottweiler variations and tell you about the different types of this magnificent breed. When most people think of a Rottweiler dog breed, they picture the sturdy, tall, muscular dog with floppy ears and a distinctive two-tone coat. It may come as a surprise to you that there's actually considerable variation within this beloved breed, and understanding these differences can help you better appreciate the rich heritage and characteristics of your Rottweiler. This topic generates passionate discussions among Rottweiler breeders and owners who don't always see eye to eye on breed classifications and standards. However, in this video we're going to walk through the different variations and help you understand how to identify which type you might have or encounter. The Rottweiler is an awesome dog that can be traced all the way back to ancient Roman times. These mighty dogs are sturdy and strong, and their lineage goes back to the dogs that protected Romans and their territories and holdings. The breed's name actually comes from the town of Rottweil in Germany, where these dogs were originally developed and refined over centuries. They're a strong dog with a powerful prey drive, and they have strong bonds to people, especially their owners. They possess a tireless work ethic and immense courage, even when faced with larger predators, whether human or animal. One distinctive feature that many people overlook is that Rottweilers have those characteristic tan markings above their eyes that look like eyebrows, giving them an expressive and intelligent appearance. The first type we'll examine is the German Rottweiler. The main distinction today between the German and American Rottweiler is the dog's birthplace and breeding standards. This is why you may find some breeders who specialize in German Rottweilers breeding these dogs in America, but the breeding stock, the male and female parent dogs, were imported from Germany. With a German birthplace and lineage, the puppies are considered to be from a German Rottweiler breed line. German Rottweilers are often larger, stockier, and heavier than their American cousins. These dogs always have a natural long tail, as German breeders do not practice tail docking, which has been banned in Germany since 1999. The German breeding standards are overseen by the ADRK, Allgemeiner Deutscher Rottweiler Club, which maintains strict guidelines for breeding and conformation. German Rottweilers typically have broader heads, more substantial bone structure, and often display the classic working temperament that the breed was originally developed for. In general, a great way to recognize a German Rottweiler is through proper documentation and paperwork. But if you don't have that, and you're trying to figure out what type of Rottweiler you're looking at, a heavier, stockier dog with a natural tail is usually indicative of German lineage. Many experienced breeders worldwide prefer to import breeding stock from Germany and the European Union because of the superior bloodlines and adherence to traditional breed standards. The second type is the American Rottweiler. This dog is born in America, plain and simple, but the breeding and standards are quite different from their German counterparts. In America, the AKC, American Kennel Club, is the governing body that oversees the official breed standard. In America, it is customary to dock the tail of the Rottweiler, and this practice is specified in the American breed standard. This procedure is typically done in puppyhood, often around the same time when a dog is spayed or neutered. The American standard calls for the tail to be docked short, leaving just one or two vertebrae. Also in the American standard, it is specified that the female adult will look distinctly feminine, versus the male having a more masculine appearance. This sexual dimorphism requirement is absent from the German breed standard. In the American breed standard, the color is specified as black with rust to mahogany markings, and there are specific requirements for the placement and intensity of these markings. American Rottweilers tend to be slightly smaller and more refined than their German counterparts, though they maintain the breed's characteristic strength and presence. The American breeding focus has sometimes emphasized show qualities over working ability, though many American breeders still prioritize temperament and working capacity. Next is the Roman Rottweiler, which some consider to be the original Rottweiler dog breed from which all other types have descended. This type of Rottweiler is probably the most controversial, because it represents an attempt to recreate the larger, more substantial dogs of ancient times. Some breeders market Roman Rottweilers as giant Rottweilers, and they try to make the dog as big as possible. However, as responsible dog enthusiasts know, this practice is not safe for the dog and not healthy for the breed. Breeding for extreme size often leads to serious health problems, including joint issues, heart problems, and shortened lifespans. If you see a Rottweiler that stands a little taller, with slightly longer legs, but is still fairly substantial, there's a chance that's marketed as a Roman Rottweiler. However, it's important to note that reputable breed organizations don't recognize Roman Rottweiler as a separate variety, and dogs bred for extreme size often suffer from health complications that responsible breeders work hard to avoid. The fourth variation we'll discuss is the tailed Rottweiler. For many years, tail docking was a pretty common practice for specific breeds like the Rottweiler, but now you can see that most Rottweilers in Europe will have a tail because since 1999, Germans have banned the practice of tail docking for cosmetic purposes. The tailed Rottweiler is making a significant comeback worldwide as more countries ban cosmetic tail docking. The ADRK standard recognizes a Rottweiler with a tail in its natural condition, whereas the AKC standards still call for a tail docked short. So if you see a long tail on a Rottweiler, know that while it might seem unusual in some regions, it's definitely becoming more common and represents the dog's natural state. It's worth noting that whether a Rottweiler has a tail or not doesn't make it a different type. These are the same dogs, just with different human interventions. The natural tail should be carried in a slight curve and adds to the dog's balance and communication abilities. Lastly, we need to address what some breeders market as rare Rottweilers. Sometimes breeders sell valuable and highly priced Rottweilers that can make you stumble upon questionable breeding practices. You may find advertisements for red Rottweilers, blue, or even albino variations as breeders look to draw your attention to these unusual dogs. Even though such dogs may appear enticing, they are not true Rottweilers by any recognized breed standard. These color variations are typically what you get when breeding a Rottweiler with another breed, also known as a mixed breed or crossbreed. While these dogs can certainly make wonderful pets, they should not be marketed as purebred Rottweilers. Long-haired Rottweilers are also sometimes considered rare, but according to the AKC and other major breed registries, they do not meet the breed standard and are therefore disqualified from conformation showing. The long coat is caused by a recessive gene, and while these dogs can have wonderful temperaments, they don't represent the breed standard. Some people have shared their experiences with these non-standard Rottweilers, and while they can be loving family companions, potential owners should understand that they're not getting a breed-standard Rottweiler and should be cautious of breeders who charge premium prices for these variations. The reality is that there are essentially two main distinctions in Rottweilers, those bred to German standards and those bred to American standards, with the primary differences being tail docking practices, size preferences, and breeding focus. Many experienced Rottweiler enthusiasts believe that there are really only two kinds of Rottweilers, well-bred Rottweilers and poorly bred Rottweilers. The most important factors when choosing a Rottweiler should be health testing of the parents, proper socialization, and responsible breeding practices rather than focusing on arbitrary type classifications. A well-bred Rottweiler from either German or American lines, when properly raised and trained, will display the breed's characteristic loyalty, intelligence, and protective instincts. These dogs are truly special, and if you've ever had one or interacted with one on a regular basis, you'll understand their unique bond with their families. They require experienced handling and proper training, but they reward their owners with unmatched devotion and companionship. Many Rottweiler owners report that these dogs surpass all other breeds they've owned in terms of loyalty and connection. Whether your Rottweiler has a dock tail or natural tail, whether it comes from German or American lines, what matters most is that it comes from health-tested parents and responsible breeders who prioritize temperament and breed characteristics over profit or novelty. If you found this information helpful and want to learn more about dog breeds and responsible pet ownership, please subscribe to our channel and share this video with anyone who might benefit from understanding these important distinctions about Rottweilers. Together, we can help promote responsible breeding practices and better understanding of these magnificent dogs.